Hey everybody, this is the it is the second time that I'm trying to record my hay fever relief, what tips and stuff that I find useful to beat hay fever, because I think I'm growing out of hay fever now, but I don't know if I do, because it hasn't been that bad this year for me, but it's said to be the pollen levels are really high and stuff. But I think I'm growing out of it, I'm not sure, but hopefully, but then it might come back later, I'm not sure. But usually I get it about springtime. There's something else I need to get. And it's gone on the floor. But that's what I just need to get something else to show you, and that was my first thing. And the first tip is to take a hay fever tablet every morning. And these are just Tesco ones, and these are the best for me. They are the cheapest ones that you can buy, well, in Tesco at least. But they do really work for me, and it depends on what you do. But what I do is I normally take them about a month or 3 weeks before I normally start getting hay fever. So that makes, and I think it says that you should do that, but I do that so that I can it works up like a defence, I suppose. But these are really good, and I recommend, whether it's a branded one or like from Boots or Tesco's or Asda, you can pick these up anywhere. But they are good to have, and I recommend start using them before you actually get hay fever, so you can work up and build up sort of a defence against it. My second tip is to use a nasal or nose spray, and this one is specifically for hay fever, and it's called bein. Now I think you used to have to get a prescription and get it over the counter, but now you can buy it not over the counter. But there's one downside to this, and you have to be over 18 to use it. I think you used to be able, well, I remember I went to like a clinic because my surgery did like, if you went in before there was a child's thing, and you can go and get like something, and then you could go to Lloyd's pharmacy and then get a child's version of bein. But this is the full strength one. Looks like that, and it's got this spray thing, and it's really good, and it's really strong, and that makes it work. I used it throughout my exams last week, and it was really good, and it helps, and it clears your nose all day, so that is really good. And I only used it 2 times up each nostril for like once a day, but you're only allowed to use it like twice a day. So this, if you're not going to do anything else, this and this is a good combination to use to try and beat hay fever, and I strongly recommend these. This might not work for you, but it works for me, and I think it works for quite a lot of people to use this. And then a nasal spray as well, and you can use them together, although this does say if you're taking prescription medication you're not allowed to use that. But this isn't a prescription, that's what I'm trying to say. I said that in the last video as well. Prescription medication. This is not prescription, and then you can use them both together. And if you can't get your hold of that, or you're not over 18, you can also use another one. I just got this, sorry about the packaging, it's a Vicks Sinex Micro Mist spray. I've used out of this, I've gone through so many bottles. They are really good if you can't get hold of that, because I used this before I was 18, because I was 18 in March. So, and I use this even if you have a cold or anything, it's really good for that. So that's what it looks like. I am completely out of this. I think we've got another one in the cupboard. Sorry if I'm talking really quickly, but I don't want this to be a super long video. And then second thing, if another going on with like nasal sprays and stuff, is like a vapor rub, and this is just from Tesco. I've had this for millions of years, and it's like all rubbed out, and it melted in the heat as well. It melted in the heat. We had heat last like a few summers ago. I know, we live in England, we do get hot sometimes. It is quite nice today actually. That's why I'm filming in my dining room with like a nice yellow background. But yeah, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's all gooey and melted, so that's good. But it's just nice to like smell because it's really nice and it does clear for a little bit. But I wouldn't recommend this because it does say that you can like put it in a pot and boil it, and I couldn't stand that because my eyes hurt so much when that happened. And then the next thing, I would always carry around tissues because you never know if you're going to need to blow your nose, especially if it's runny and like if you've got really bad hay fever that day. And another point is check like BBC Breakfast, or if you're in another country like Good Morning America's like weather, and like Carol, she's really good on BBC Breakfast because they always tell you what the pollen's going to be for that day, and like whether it's high, whether you need to take like extra precautions, and whether it's low. But I don't really like swear by that, but it does actually help. You can always tell, and especially I normally get it especially when they've mown the grass outside, because I've got like a green sort of thing outside my house, and it's like they've mowed it like the other day, so that was helpful. And also thing when I I'll get that in a minute. When I have hay fever, I also get really dry lips, and I don't know why. And I like to use this, which is a Tesco, just cheap. It's really cheap. I don't know. It's like £1 for 2 or something. And this is a medicated lip balm. It really helps. It stings, but you can feel it working, and it does like cure your lips. But if you can't get hold of that, just Vaseline or something similar will also do. And then another thing, I've been noticing that I've been getting some headaches during hay fever season, but that might have just been because of exams, because I had an ICT exam and I was staring at the computer for like 2 hours a day because it was 10 hours. But, and like other people in my car said, oh, I'm getting a headache. But yeah, this is forehead. It doesn't really work. I don't recommend this, to be honest. But yeah, it just looks like that. It smells really minty. So, but it doesn't really help. I always take like a painkiller or a Panadol when I use it. But it's not that good, to be honest, but it does give a tingly feeling on your head, which is quite fun. But yeah, I don't really recommend that, to be honest. And then the last thing I recommend, I feel like I'm quite bunged up today actually. Whoa, it's out of focus. There we go. Is to carry a bottle of water. This isn't filled up. I just drank it yesterday. It doesn't normally come with that because I just reuse the bottles. I'm not paying like how much ever it costs to buy mineral water these days. But this is just a bottle of Ishka. I don't actually like the water. It tastes disgusting. But I really like the bottle. Look how nice it is. And this isn't actually expensive. But I just buy it for the bottle. You can buy big ones. But I always stay hydrated when you've got hay fever because you feel bunged up, and if I take a lot of water it helps with the bunged upness of it. So yeah, that is my tips, top tips, tricks, whatever, to beat hay fever during this hay fever season. I know lots of people get it, and this is the second time I filmed this, so sorry if it was like really quick and I'm not in my room, and I would usually, because last time I like set up this thing on my screen, like to have my Twitter, like at ShhTheSecretShopper27, and my blog, ShhTheSecretShopper.blogspot.com, like going along, and like how to, and like my name and stuff. But yeah, I couldn't do that because I'm in my dining room, and I just wanted to film in here because it was like so yellow and really nice this morning. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Bye!